we're now into the second part of Chapter 8 of Friendsim 2. If you haven't watched the first part yet, I highly suggest you do so in my channel. It should be the most recent one, more than likely. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to like. If you keep coming back, why not subscribe? All that good YouTube stuff. Let's get on into the second half of this chapter. Fine, just fine. But you might have said something stupid and hurt Amisia's feelings on accident and made him run off.
Yeah, those sound like things that would happen with you two left alone.
But still, he didn't want to do that. Maybe you should go after him.
Don't worry about it. Amisia is a great artist, but he still has an artist's temperament, if you know what I mean.
Somewhat. Actually, no? What does that mean?
I mean, he's moody. Or sensitive, if you want to be a little nicer about it. I wouldn't take anything he says or does personally. You were probably behaving perfectly reasonably, and he overreacted. Give him some space, and he'll get over it eventually.
I mean, let's just look at the logs, you know? Maybe you shouldn't have come here at all then. If you were going to find it out by coming here, was how low Amisia would bring himself just for someone to notice him. Yeah. I mean, that was a bit of a clean hit. But yeah, somewhat. What makes her think that?
Because he's like that with me all the time. You saw him earlier when you first came in. I was behaving perfectly earlier, being the picture of managerial prowess. And he's disrespectful right to my face. Unbelievable, right?
You're not really sure what to think about that. You've literally just run into them and have seen them interact like once or twice maybe so far.
I wish you could have seen us earlier when we first started working together. We cooperated a lot more then.
A lot more, a lot better.
Then all of a sudden he became more mischievous, and we've been more combative since then.
Does she have any idea on what might have caused the shift?
Not a clue. His workload got kind of heavier when we started to really take off, but nothing too strenuous that one troll couldn't handle. I'm guessing quadrant issues, but he'll calm down. He has to. Just give him some time.
You'd rather speak with him right now and get this sorted out, but you suppose now that she knows him better than you do, you should listen to her on this.
Exactly. I'm glad you're being reasonable here. And in the meantime, you're more than welcome to chat with me. We haven't had our time to talk about all my achievements while you've been away yet.
Yeah, actually, you have a lot to talk about with her, but maybe they shouldn't do it here. Maybe you could go for a walk?
Fine with me. Did you have any particular place in mind?
No, anywhere will do. You just need some fresh air. You've been cooped up in this office for a while now, and the feeling you just experienced here is still weighing kind of heavy on you. A change of scenery would perk you right up.
I see. That shouldn't be a problem. A stroll through Everdim should do the trick. Follow me. I know a nice little way we can take.
And follow her you do. Tirona leads you out of the office and through the streets of Everdim, chattering away about herself.
And that's when Kasoon's keen words was awarded Most Forward-Thinking Media of the Perigee, which I'm sure you're aware is a huge accomplishment.
Totally. A Perigee's like a year, right? Or is that like a year and a half? I'm gonna have to look this up again. Hold on. Great. That's, really great. Would it be okay if you could say, like, anything?
Sure. Go ahead.
You've had something on your mind since the tour. Amisia had hinted at a pretty big thing being published tomorrow by her publication. Something involving rebels. Could she tell you more about that?
Oh, the Bye Bye Rebels article. I really impressed myself when I came up with that one. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Maybe, to some individuals.
Well, to me, it's clever. I'm sure my readers will agree when they see it. Well, if we can. We're still waiting on the photo proofs to arrive. Amisia needs to look over those and make sure there are no mistakes before we publish.
What exactly is it supposed to be about anyway? You had asked Amisia, but you didn't seem to know too much about it.
Ugh, that's another annoying thing about him. He never bothers to learn our posting schedule. But I guess that worked in my favor for the moment, since I get to tell you about it now.
Great, so what is it?
It reveals the location of a secret rebel base.
What?
I know, it's a really juicy story, huh? Though granted, In this case, it's the photos that tell the story. That's where the readers can find the address and see the building and such. I had Amisia add a little pizzazz to the photos to make readers hover on it longer. Studies show that more interesting photos prolong a reader's attention on a post for at least 30 more seconds.
Hold on, she's publishing that type of information? On purpose?
Well, if we can. We're still waiting on the photo proofs to arrive. They have a code that Amisia needs to enter into his palm husk to approve them. It'll still publish in the article even if the proofs don't arrive in time, but he can't make any changes beforehand if he doesn't have that code. It would look so unprofessional for me if they're published with a fingerprint smudge on them or something.
You're more concerned about the lives of the rebels than that should be ending than her publication's good name.
Well, someone has to keep their priorities straight. Do you have any idea how much attention a post like this will get me? They're just rebels. They were going to die at some point anyway. Why not make things easier for everyone involved and just get it done quicker, while I can still get some benefit out of it?
Because she is toying with people's lives, which isn't good. She can't publish that.
Like you don't toy with lives. Coming and leaving our lives at random. What? Did I get boring for you? And now that you heard I became important, you decided to drop in for a visit.
No, of course not.
That's right. You chose Amisia to give you the tour, so I'm not even good enough for that for you.
That's not true at all. You're here because your friend only wants what's best for her.
And me leaving with you is what's best.
Yes, it's what you believe is best for everyone.
Well, I don't believe you know what's best for everyone. You know what's best for you. But for me, specifically, compared to what I built for myself here, do you really think that whatever you can offer can compete?
You don't want to say yes, but honestly, when she phrases it like that, you're not so sure. It would be way better than anything here, but it wouldn't be the same.
Thought so.
You walk around some more, entering a more residential part of the town when Tirona starts to speak again.
You really haven't changed, have you? You still think that everything's so simple. That just because you say something, suddenly everything will be different and we'll all go along with anything that you suggest. But I'm not the same troll you met, and things aren't that simple. I wish they were, but they're not.
You know that. What you don't get is how she can't see the big picture here.
Here, I know how the game works. I know how to beat the system. I'm a teal. I have duties here. Important ones where my skills are recognized.
But why stay here and fight a system when she could leave with you and not have to fight anyone? She could publish whatever she wanted and be whoever she wanted.
It just doesn't appeal to me right now.
How couldn't it? The chance to build a new life and live by her own rules. That sounds exactly like something a budding troll like herself would love.
Look, you've made a good case for yourself. You haven't done anything wrong. You're saying the right words. It's just not enough.
What would make it enough?
I don't know. Proof, I guess. Proof that what you're offering would be better than what I could have here.
You don't think you have anything like that you can show her right now? We really are ace attorneying the shit out of this.
That sounds like a you problem then.
Seriously? She's just gonna disregard your entire case like that?
I can't afford to just take you at your word anymore. I have my career to think about here.
Since when is being in charge of pro-Empire meme factory a career?
Since I and my 30,000 and growing subscribers said it was, asshole.
And how much money are you making off of it, you dumb bitch? Got him. You ain't making shit! The corporations take all the money, you dumbass! You make, like, pittance! You make fucking chump change!
Some friend you are then. I thought they were supposed to be supportive of their other friends' causes.
They should, but not when the causes are for horrible things like the Empire and the continued oppression of its people.
You're being so dramatic. I'm just progressing my career, and so happen to be supporting something bigger than myself at the same time.
But you thought she was going to become a famous legislacerator.
I have no reason to see why. I can't both be a journalist and a legislacerator.
Yeah, but how is she having time to do all this and her teal classes and duties? You know that free time is not a thing for teals.
You disappeared for Perigese. You don't know what I'm capable of nowadays. My multitasking skills are amazing. I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. You're just too simple to be able to see it.
She's right. You don't see her plan. You don't see a good future for her here at all with her running this publication.
I forgot how annoying you can get sometimes. Let's head back to the office now. I think we're done here.
Before you can say another word, Tirona's already marching back the way you came, purposely making big strides to walk far ahead of you. You follow her back. God, this is definitely becoming harder with each volume. The walk and elevator ride back is completed in an awkward silence. When you reach the top, Tirona exits first and gives you a wide berth. Despite everything, you're not going to lie and say it doesn't sting.
I still have work to do. Feel free to hang out here as long as you want, but I'm going to be occupied with my things over here. We can talk more later, but not any more about this timeline nonsense. Have I made myself clear?
You give a faint nod. You watch Tirona go over the computer and begin to work. Feeling out of place, you go stand over by some filing cabinets in the corner. Your eyes wander around the room as you think. Your gaze eventually landing over the mail bin. In it is a large envelope labeled as proofs. It's addressed to Amisia with what you believe is his Hive address, and it's lying only about a foot in front of you. Both Amisia and Tirona mentioned they were waiting for these to arrive. It must have come while you were both out. The name of the office is on the envelope as well, so it must have been sent here instead by accident. It must have come while you were both out. Tirona noticed that it was here yet either. She isn't paying attention to it at the moment. If you're careful enough, you could probably borrow it for a little while. Ho ho. Interesting. Steal. As a treat. As a treat. Yeah, you're still stealing these. As inconspicuous as you can, you step up to the mail bin. You peek at Tirona. She looks very absorbed in her work on the computer, typing on her keyboard, face scrunched in concentration. You slide your hand in and slowly, carefully grab hold of the proof's envelope and just slowly take it out of the bin and slip the envelope under your arm. You chirp a quick, "I'll be back in a bit, bye," and you're out there before you have a chance to hear where the Tirona said goodbye back. When you're outside the office, you plug Amisia's address from the envelope in your Palm Husk's group quest. Once the directions are pulled up, you begin to follow them to best your navigational abilities, which are, granted, not great, but you work with the tools you have. The journey is surprisingly smooth sailing. Nothing even tried to kill you. You consider that a win. You make it to the more residential part of town in record time, and it definitely looks more like a place in Indigo like Amisia would keep in their workspace. You approach the street the address is on, but encounter a problem. The hive number for Amisia's address is too smudged to read clearly. There are two identical hives on this street, both look like they belong to Indigos, with no identity markers anywhere. That could conveniently clue you in which one was Amisia's. Shit! You have to wing this. 6 or 9! 6, 9! Oh, the funny. What do we know about them? Let's go 9. You know, 9's a good number, not your favorite. You have to give that to 6, but something about it feels right. So you confidently stride over to 9 and knock on the door, like you totally know who's there and not doing a 50-50 guess. Knock, knock. Who wants the door opens? Let's go!
What are you doing here?
It's too easy. You hold up the envelope. You're playing mail delivery person today.
I've been wondering where those have been. Did Tirona send you to me with those?
Well, yes and no. It's kind of a long story, actually. You could explain better if you let you in.
Weird that you can't explain yourself without being welcomed into my hive. But sure, of course. Come in.
Sure, though.
They'll be warned, I wasn't expecting any company, and my space reflects that.
No worries at all. You're just happy to be here.
That's a very you thing to say. This way.
Mush mushy. Holy shit. It is so dirty in here. Amisia brings you inside his hive. He shows you what must be his art studio. That's why. Is that grubs in the computer? Whatever.
Oh, it looks like you're in an area of the city that isn't supposed to be on the tour. Far be it from me to tell you what to do with your time, but I would like to remind you that trespassing in an unauthorized area is an immediately cullable offense.
Damn.
If you happen to find yourself detained by Legis Corpus or a High Blood, check out our best-selling audio guide. So, you are about to die alone, forsaken by everyone you thought cared about you. Now available with a handy illustrated insert guide.
It is. It's my messy little hideaway from the world.
Damn. He has an interesting organization system for this place.
I like to keep my workspace cluttered like my mind. You stumble onto some of the most interesting inspirations that way.
Oh, it's a creative thing. You can appreciate that. Well, it certainly looks different here than when you first saw it a lot of time ago. A lot more art being made.
I've certainly upgraded a lot. Most of the paint is actually paint this time.
Thank fuck. You'll unpack that on in a bit.
Indeed.
Where are the paintings on the wall?
My artwork, of course. Why would I have anything else there?
Artwork, huh? Damn, that's crazy. When he phrases it like that, yeah, it's pretty obvious answer, actually.
Really obvious. But that gives us a good segue for a new discussion topic. So let's do that. I've expanded my expertise outside of just painting. Sculptures, mosaic, hodgepodge, all of it, and all with a variety of materials now. But it's hard to put on those walls, and painting is still my favorite. So that's what we got here.
They look pretty different from what you've seen him make for Tirona.
Well, of course. These aren't meant to be seen and judged by other people or push a specific idea. These are for me and me alone, for the sole reason that I wanted to make them.
So in short, they're for fun.
Exactly. They are for my own enjoyment and never meant to leave the studio. I love getting praise for my work, but I need some things that are just for me as well. Tirona doesn't really care about the creativity of the photos she's given. As long as they capture whatever she wants her article to say, she's happy. For me, the creativity is what is being said, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Does that mean he doesn't like the work he does for Tirona?
Commission work is rarely the most exciting. Whatever bounces around my think pan is always more interesting than anyone tells me to make. Easier too.
Fair enough.
I don't dislike what I make for the publication. I just prefer making what I want when I want to make it, as any artist does. Politics are something I have a minor interest in, but they aren't my primary passion.
If that's the case, why is Amisia working with Tirona? Wouldn't Amisia be happy working on his own?
I've done that before. It was fine for a while. But then I wanted to try something else for a bit. Like working for something other than myself.
Yeah, but Tirona of all trolls? She couldn't be the only one running a publication.
Why not her? She's infuriating, but she's bold. Hardly anyone wants to work with higher bloods. We bring prestige, but we don't have great reputations for being team players. And she knows how to run a business. All I have to do is lay out and source art, and she does the rest. 30,000 trolls and growing get to see and praise my work, and I don't have to lift a finger on Chiter to do it. To use a quote from her, results trump personalities.
You have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Good for you. I would rather not discuss Tirona anymore, if that's okay. She's fine, but this is my hive, and I get to have some say in what we discuss. Agreed?
Fine. You'll lay off the Tirona chat. It's not like there aren't other things to chat about, right? Do you still talk to Child? Amisia stares at you, and you're getting the sense that you probably shouldn't have asked about this.
Oh, is that the sense you're getting?
Yes. Surprisingly, Amisia doesn't take this opportunity to similarly disembowel you or whatever. Instead, he groans loudly and rolls his eyes.
She left for Ascension 2 sweeps ago. Gone to the Great Carnival up in the sky now.
She's dead? Like the Great Carnival? She's dead?
No, you idiot. I was being poetic.
God.
Uncultured waste of...
Shut the fuck up! Don't use that shit!
I mean, she's up in orbit, probably. There's a massive ship up there that all the Purple Bloods go to. That's what I've heard, anyway.
You say this like I know what the fuck you mean. When you make poetic bullshit like that, it sounds real because Alternia is a shithole and I don't know what to expect. Fuck you.
No way to verify it, of course. It'd be suicidal to even set foot in it in the first place.
That means we're going up there, right? But he misses her. Amisia shrugs his way from you.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Damn, what do we want to talk about? That's fucking crazy. Yo, why you office so messy, bro? Sorry, it's probably a rude question.
Yes, it is, but that's alright. I love talking about things that are mine, including my mess. I'm not the type of troll that does well with a clean space for creativity. I like to see everything all at once and let it seep into my think span so I can mix it all together in a sort of super subconscious creativity. Then I scoop up the inspiration that floats to the top and then boom! I can make my art.
If that's how his creative process works, then I suppose it's not your place to judge. But how does he find anything in all this?
I have a personal process for organizing. I know where everything is, even if to an onlooker it looks completely out of order.
Has Amisia had a lot of onlookers in his studio to tell him that?
Only the random ones that were about to join the mess. Otherwise, I don't have anyone to invite to come over.
Oh, he must have some people he can... Wait, back up. Does he mean he's still using trolls for materials?
Only sometimes. And don't worry, I don't use them for paint anymore. I've mainly switched to real paint now because it's difficult to scan onto a digital platform. Not as fun to source, but it's been fascinating to learn using.
Then what is he doing with his victims if not for that?
Subjects, not victims. And, oh, you know, this and that.
I don't know, actually. That's why I asked. That's what I'm saying! You don't. You're not sure you really want to know.
You sure? I'd be happy to give you a tour and show you how I've used them. If you're well behaved, I'll even consider showing you my latest work that feature organic materials.
No thanks.
Some parts might even still be moving. Wouldn't you
No
love to find
thanks. Nope. No, you're good. You're really good, actually. You'd very much prefer not to find out, ever, in fact, that's okay.
out? A shame. Maybe I can show you next time. In the meantime, was there anything else you were curious about?
Question, why are we doing this Q&A? Let's see, there's...
But anyway, what are you doing here with the proofs?
Yeah, finally. Why isn't it obvious? Deliver them, of course. Why else should you be here with them?
Tirona doesn't just give the proofs to anyone. Yes, you're her friend, but Tirona is the type of pedantic managerial troll that likes to do all the things herself if she could. She would have called me to come into the office to go pick them up later rather than give them to an outsider of the publication.
Yes, but you're Amisia's friend too. That makes you an exception.
Are you?
Huh?
Are you my friend? I don't want to sound callous here, but are we friends? You didn't sound too happy with me earlier.
What? Amisia? Of course you're friends. Yes, things got a little heated for a moment there in the office, but surely you two could sort it out with a friendly chat. He has to know that some disagreements aren't going to deter you from wanting to be his friend, right?
Yes, but I don't really know you, do I? I only know some specific traits about you, and you about me. Otherwise, we don't really know each other very well, do we? Our last time together was so short.
That's pretty true. You don't need to know someone very long to want to be friends with them. Amisia must know that from other friends, he said.
I don't keep trolls like that around me. My work requires me to be alone.
Yes, but despite that, he has friends. Like Charles, remember? Seeing those two together, wasn't he friends with her? You see Amisia bristle at that. You assume you've hit a nerve asking that.
Chahat was a friend once. She was a good friend, but now she's gone and she's not coming back. She ascended and I don't know where she is now. But that's life in the Empire, and there isn't much I can do about that.
But doesn't Amisia wish that there wasn't the case? That there was something you could do about it?
What are you saying?
You're saying Amisia doesn't have to listen to the Empire, that if he's unhappy, he could fight back if he wanted to.
Why did you come to the office today? How do you know I'd be there?
Well, that's two questions there. Which one he was hoping to have answered there?
Don't mess with me. Were you even there for me in the first place? Or was that a lie? Tell me the truth.
Confess your many sins! Yeah, I'll confess my many sins, sure. Yeah. There is a loud vibration sound coming from your Amisia. You watched him reach for his pants pocket.
Ooh, looks like I have a palm husk call coming in. Let me just take this in the other room.
Wait! Amisia's hand freezes. He looks at you surprised at your outburst. Look, you need to be honest with him. He's right. You don't want to mess with him, and he deserves to hear the truth. But you need to say it right now. Just please, could he hold off from answering that? Amisia stares at you for a moment, then he slowly moves his hand from his palmus. After a few moments, the palmus stops buzzing.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me what you need to say.
Ooh. Ooh, some Ace Attorney type shit. Ooh, yeah. Okay, you can do this. You take a deep breath. You tell him how your day started with you thinking about a maze.
So I never was a priority. You were here because you thought Tirona's grout post could hurt some other friends of yours.
You were going to search for Amisia specifically eventually. You would have, promise. It's just, well, this whole day you've been trying to do the right thing. You never meant to trick Amisia into thinking you were only here for them. The truth is, you have a lot on your plate right now, and you can't afford to put your attention on anything that isn't right in front of you. And that, unfortunately, includes Amisia. It doesn't mean that you aren't friends, or that you don't want to further the friendship. You want to, so badly. You want to be with all your friends. It's just a matter of getting this one really big thing done first.
And that's getting us all to the locked timeline, right?
You thought so at first, but honestly you've been trying to find ways to make Alternia a better place. We'll support the people who can make that happen at least.
So why are you worried about tomorrow's article then?
Put the pieces together, bud. You should be smarter than that. Because it's bad? You thought you made yourself very clear now that it's bad and can't be able to be published as it is.
Yeah, but from the way it sounds, it's only bad for a bunch of trolls you've never met. You won't get hurt and neither will any friends of yours.
Oh, it's too... Oh! God damn! Oh my god! The fucking... Ooh! That has that fucking sting, bro! Oh, this music just... Pump me up, bro. Yeah! That's so sorry. I got outburst. My bad. Yes, this is true.
Why are you so worried for a bunch of strangers when you've reiterated several times that you're here for friends like me? Killing is an everyday occurrence in our culture. Sources say that rebels are made up of a lot of lower bloods. Lower bloods' lives are meant to further the good of higher bloods like myself. They make some of the prettiest hues I've ever seen, especially when splattered on walls.
Because the rebellion, despite its flaws, is one of the few goodish things on this god-awful planet. The trolls fighting it in this are striving for a chance at a better society. One where not every single aspect of your life is dictated by some corrupt government, where the individual gets to decide what they get to become and who they can be friends with. And one where fucking murder isn't legal around every corner, for God's sake. And the lower bloods don't like to think that their lives are only good for serving. Has it ever occurred to Amisia that they might not like being fodder for the rest of society to stand on? That they like to keep their blood on their insides? That they have something beneficial that they would like to contribute to the world, if only they were given the chance to? Not to mention, didn't Amisia just say earlier how the Empire had hurt him? Tearing him away from his close friend? For no other reason than because of rules.
That is something out of my control. Even if the Empire hadn't separated Chahut and I, but how the purples are when they reach the age she is at, I doubt she would be in a good state to be able to interact with me.
Maybe, but you'd also like to point out that he didn't sound too psyched about being whisked off to a secluded habitat when it would be his turn to ascend soon, right?
I don't believe I can really answer that honestly with you.
Come on, you're a freaking alien. There's no way you're going to share anything that Amisia says with the drones or whatever. He can be honest with you. Amisia is quiet for a long moment before he answers you back.
No, I can't say I'm psyched about it. I'm not happy about it at all.
Exactly. So why sit around moping about it when he could fight back? If the Empire isn't doing anything beneficial for him, then why was he still allowing himself to be blindly led by it? He needs to act, and he needs to act now. Otherwise, he was just going to be another victim. No better than those low-bloods he mentioned earlier, who have no option but to submit to a higher power's will.
What do you think I should do?
You can't make that decision for him. This is something he has to decide for himself. Though in the meantime, could he please reject these proofs and change the flow to something else for tomorrow's article? You really can't have these published as they are now, or else it will bring problems for your friends, or at the very least friends of your friends.
You know, I think I have an idea. Get them here and give me some time. I'll save these people for you. But you can't rush, okay? Just let me do my work.
You nod. At this point, you'll do anything. You hand him the proofs and let him get to work.
Alrighty. These should do the trick. What do you think?
These are very different from what you were expecting them to produce.
Good different?
Oh, of course. Anything better than what Tirona had originally planned, but will her audience like it?
They will definitely have a reaction to it.
Yeah, but...
Tirona still has the original photo files on her desktop. By now,
Homestuck!
Notice you stole the proof. They will call in soon to check and see if they have arrived.
Caught another one.
If she suspects we're tampering with anything behind her back, she'll publish the post right now, and this all will have been for nothing.
Okay, that would definitely be a bad thing. You're sure Amisia has access to the accounts, right? He seems like the kind of guy to always have a plan, right? Amisia nods slowly. Okay, cool. Then you're 1% definitely making this happen before stuff gets worse.
Great. Now here I go. Type this here.
We're hacking in.
Add there. A sprinkle of symbols here, and ta-da! Publish.
Great. Crisis averted.
Have a look at the screen. Trolls are already taking notice.
You know, that looks like a lot of activity. Was that normal for the new post?
Sometimes, if what's posted is unexpected or unusual.
Unusual how, per se?
Ooh, I forgot to mention. Changing these photos could have some effects on our audience.
Huh?
Tirona has been promoting this article for weeks now, whetting their appetites for this. Seeing it be something less Empire forward than expected could have an interesting effect on their attitudes.
Oh. What is that supposed to mean? Amisia, what did you just... Before you can enter the word, Amisia's palm starts to buzz again. This time he picks it up without hesitation.
Amisia here. Who do I have the pleasure of conversing with?
Amisia, what's going on? What did you do?
Ah, Tirona. So happy you called. How's the weather by you?
Amisia, what is this? This is not what we had scheduled to come out. You know that.
Yeah, but this one is so much more fun, don't you think? So many DQs. I really think our audience is liking it. Look at the comments and the shares it's getting.
It's not what we had planned. And these colors, these photos. Amisia. Trolls might think this is a sick joke on the Empire.
Wait, what?
Is the alien with you? Did they plan this? You're not some scum rebel sympathizer, are you?
Doesn't matter what I am, I still published it. Just look at the traffic it's getting now. I think it's going viral.
You posted it under the publication's name. Everyone's going to think that I posted it.
Yeah, you really should have given me more credit on the publication site. From how you have it now, there's no one anyone can make a connection to me. That's neat, huh?
You son of a...
Oh yeah! The time speaks to your noises, loud banging noise, something large and heavy against the wall.
Ooh, sounds like something big is heading your way.
Oh my
I want
god,
to
she
jump
got
out
the
window
drones
now.
called on her immediately. Oh fuck, she's dead. R.I.P. a real one. Requiescat got them punchy. You might want to jump out the window. Low tier god yourself now. Sickening crashing thud, like a large heavy door crashed to the ground.
No, wait, stay back. It wasn't me. It wasn't...
Goodbye. Alan goes dead. He needs to close his palm with us.
Boy, that sure was exciting, huh?
Oh my god, what the hell was that?
Oh, probably an angry mob of Empire supporters storming the publication's office.
Damn, talk about record speed. You posted it 2 minutes later. We're here to kick your ass! What? That's terrible. You have to go out and help her.
Oh, she'll be fine one way or another. Teals are usually pretty hardy.
They say that about everybody. Everyone has a limit, right? The hell does that mean?
We'll find out later.
Your mind is swimming. Oh boy. Oh man. So much is happening right now. Hold on. You think you need to sit down for a moment. Remember to breathe again and all that. In and out. In and out.
Feel free to take a chair. I'm way too excited to sit down now. I haven't felt a rush like this since Chahut brought back that cerulean paint that one time. This energy, this life. Is this how rebels feel when they're fighting?
It's more of a fight or flight responsive. I am literally going to die right now if I don't do something, but yeah, you guess it could be described as an invigorating feeling.
This is exactly what I needed. For way too long, I have felt this nasty feeling in me. Like I wasn't living my life right. Like I was doing something wrong, or something was wrong with me. It started after Chahut left. It got better when I started talking with Tirona, but it was still in me, like a bad seed. But now I see that I can get rid of it by working on a greater purpose. You're right. The Empire isn't looking out for me like it should. I need to look out for myself. And what better way to do that than to help take down an establishment that serves me no use?
You know what? Sure, buddy. There you go. That's the spirit. Amisia leaves for a few minutes, comes back loaded up with every weapon imaginable. The bad feeling you were feeling earlier intensifies, and you feel your stomach cramp badly.
Watch the studio while I'm gone. I have some paintings here that still need attention. I'll be back later after doing rebel stuff. Bye-bye.
Oh, but before you can respond, Amisia's running out the front door getting like a maniac. Goodbye. Okay, this is fine. This is probably fine. Amisia was clearly convinced by your words, plus you got, plus you technically added a new ally to the rebel cause, or at the very least another troll who's against the Empire, which is always good. You guess? You can't really tell in this case yet, but no, you can't keep going down this train of thought. It's already making your stomach hurt more. You'll just have to wait. They're good at waiting. It's almost morning. They can't be out for too long anyway. You'll wait and then go check on Tirona. Maybe make sure she's okay. Amisia thinks she is, and so she has to be, right? Tirona is a bit on the dramatic side, and you'll see what kind of rebel you just inspired to take to the streets. You really, really hope it's the good kind. If he takes too long, you have to move on, and you'll have to assume that he's not coming with you, and so you can keep fighting, But for now, you're going to stay positive. At the very least, he seems happier now. That must have mean you've done something good tonight, right? Right? No last words, only last deaths. We may have unlocked something not great. Oh boy. Oh wait, we're not done. For a couple more hours, you wandered deeper and deeper into the city. You never really got a chance to ask Tirona anything more about where your other friends might be. You actually stopped by the building that was in Amisia's photos, hoping to find someone who might know Malik, but it looked like whoever was there had cleared out pretty recently. It doesn't make sense to you, but maybe they just moved location by sheer coincidence. It floods you with a sense of relief. Maybe the rebels aren't doing that badly here in Alternia. But now you're not really sure where you're supposed to go from here. It feels like it's been ages since you returned to Alternia, but now it seems like you're hitting your first real dead end. The only thing left to do is go with what you fell back on so many times on your first trip to Alternia. aimless wandering. Not a great strategy, but at this point, it's all you've got. And without teleportation powers, it's going to take 5 times as long. And so, you wander deeper and deeper into the city, and you find yourself thinking of a maze. Leading to the edge. These two have very different ideas about praxis. Whatever the fuck praxis is. Yo, DBNet18, expert fucking music. That music got me pumped. Saving progress. Oh, the background's new. Oh, does the background change depending on how far you get in the story? Oh, that's cool. Close menu. MS Perry's journey will continue in Volume 9, A Finely Machined Revolution. Oh. Ooh. Oh no, it's getting way too climactic. Hold the fucking phone. Oh man, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. Anyways, I got hit with a wave of anticipation. I'm very excited to continue down this journey. Oh boy. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that. I thought it was alright. It was fine enough. It seems to have started something. Something. This is a turning point in some way, shape, or form. Dude, this goes hard. Wait a minute. Yo, this goes hard. Hell yeah. Overall summary. Amisia, obviously completely different than what we remember him as. It's whatever to me, I don't really care, but don't be like, oh yeah, I totally remember you, when it's been like X amount of weeks, months, or years. Ooh, duh. Ah! Oh my god! Ooh, damn! This is heat! This is heat! Yo, someone should sample this. And unironically, we need someone to sample this pronto. Oh, yeah. I ain't want to do it though. I'm not good. Oh my god. That hits. Tirona is sort of just there. You kind of expected her to not be on board with shit, remembering how she was. 2 characters who we barely interacted with in the base game make understandable points and like, why the fuck should we help you? We don't know you. You don't know us. It's like, that's very true. Regardless, the music was great. The visuals, great. I'm still vibing right now to this. I'm feeling a little invigorated. Honestly, I feel like we left on a cliffhanger, and I don't know if I want to leave y'all off on a cliffhanger like that. I may make another one. This may be a 3-volume day of recording. This is unprecedented, but we shall see. In the meantime, have a good day, night, evening, twilight, whatever it be, wherever you are. If you got this far, tell us the one thing that you enjoy about Homestuck. Or even specifically Alternia, even. The one thing that you wished, had a little bit more fleshing out. But anyways, I'll see y'all on the flip side. Deuces!